Hello. Hi, hi. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Tom, for checking for me. Sorry. Oh, sorry. How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a good weekend. What did y'all do this weekend? Did y'all have fun? Did y'all have a good time? My weekend was alright. I did less than I should have on Saturday. And yeah. This whole past week has been kind of like bleh. Work's been bleh, you know that. I talked about it on Thursday. Well, the weather's good. That's good at least. I hope you were able to take advantage. Even if you didn't get a lot of stuff done, you could still enjoy yourself. Which counts as stuff to me. Man, I am very tired. I didn't have a great weekend, but it's fine, honestly. Walking's been nice for sure. Hell yeah. I should get out and go for a walk at some point. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit out of it right now. Drink some. I turned on stream and I'm suddenly very sleepy. Holy cow. It's just warm in this room. Today we'll be doing a recap. I'm going to talk a little bit about my Shrek Systems character, because I want to also, yeah. Thank you very much, Tomo. It's very sweet. But I want to talk about my Shrek Systems character as well, and then we'll talk about writing, and the story I'm working on. Let me think. Let me focus. So as far as D&D is concerned, I'm very conflicted about how this past session went. Because it was very streamlined. And like a lot of stuff happened and a lot of good productive things happened. But it was not much of a challenge, I would say, for my players. Hi Denny. Hi. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day. And I hope you had a great weekend. So I don't know. So my players went to Axiom. Rather than fighting Bulwark, they were like, hey, let's go travel to Axiom, fixing your water filter. Well, yeah, I hope that goes well. But my players, they went to Axiom. They met a bunch of the characters they met the characters that we wrote up the last time we talked about D&D, a couple weeks ago, maybe. Right, like they met the cyborg Minotaur man. May he rest in peace. He, I don't know, like, things went, I think, too well for the players. Like, there was no real, like, conflict or challenge. I don't feel like they struggled in any way, which maybe that's fine, you know, but it felt like things went very well for them, and they just, like, got buffed and, like, called it a day, you know? But it was very productive. Like, a lot of stuff got done. I'm just like, I don't know. I hope they still had fun, even if there weren't as many challenges as there could have been. But they went and like talked to permanence. They got like writ of passage, pass bulwark, basically. Hi, Groven. Hi. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good weekend. And so, like, the Minotaur man, they, like, talked to him, and they, like, convinced him to, have him take them to Permanence, the Inexorable, and, he did, and while they were there, Permanence was like, yo, you realize you're offending me by bringing these transient beings in front of me, and, he was like, I get it, you're good, like, just fucking do what you need to do. And so he, like, basically got transformed into, like, his robot status progressed quickly, and he just became full robot. And Permanence was like, oh, I did that, but your presence still offends me. And so he made them no longer being able to age, which is sort of a buff. It has, like, no mechanical anything, but none of their characters are capable of aging anymore, which is low-key fucked, but also good, question mark? And I'm like, I don't know, it's only sort of a buff, and I don't know how their characters are going to feel about it in the long run. Then Nanther. So Nanther has the Bibliothecary, his, like, robot arm that is slowly taking over his body, and Permanence was like, hey yo, knowledge is right across the hall, go talk to him. And so Nanther went and talked to him, and knowledge was like, so are you coming here to become completed? And he was like, sure. I mean, I guess. I don't really know how, like, what to do. It's, like, kind of, like, outside the scope of the campaign, right? Because the campaign is a finite amount of time. Their characters living forever is not. So it's, like, I don't know what the implications are, really, quite yet, of what I've done to them. But that's, like, normal for DMing. And then Nanther was like, sure, I guess I'll be completed. Like, it runs the risk of, right? He ran the risk, basically, of being like, yeah, I guess I'm getting turned into a robot, and having no free will, but that's not quite what happened. Knowledge just jammed all of the knowledge that was missing into his brain, and he very nearly died from it. But one of the other players had used, like, the Inspiring Leader feat to, like, give them temporary HP, and that temporary HP, like, was just enough to save his life. So, yeah, that was a thing. Now that he has all knowledge, he has the capacity to, like, know or remember anything, pretty much, which is represented by, like, his character, like, gained advantage on all intelligence-based checks, as well as medicine and survival, I want to say. And he also gained, like, blind sense out to 30 feet. So his character is, like, literally, like, knows everything, theoretically. Not literally everything, but, all history and stuff. So, yeah, and then they went back, and that's where we ended the session. And I'm just like, nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing, there was no combat, they didn't encounter any difficulties, really. Like, there was a chance Nanther died, but I mean, that's pretty much it. So I'm like, I don't know. They got hella buffs. At least Nanther did. He's basically, for lack of a better way, completed his major arc. There's still a couple loose ends that he could tie up with respect to one of his sisters, but other than that, he's basically like, his character's like along for the ride, I guess, at this point. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good session. I'm just like, I can't help but feel as a DM, I made good things happen too easily, if that makes sense. Like, part of being a DM is presenting challenges in front of your players, and I don't know how much I challenged them last session. But it's whatever. I had fun. I think they had fun. I think that's what matters. Yeah, so that's D&D. I don't know what they're gonna do next session. Presumably, they're gonna spin the rod and go where it takes them. I don't even know how to turn things into negatives. At least not this. I don't know. Never aging it could be useful, but again, it's almost like an outside the scope of the campaign kind of thing. Campaign will last maybe like a year or two in game at most. I think, you know. So it's like, depends on if they want to do downtime or anything like that. So I mean, we'll see. Nanther's thing, I have a hard time turning the thing into a debuff. The thing is, they're gonna have, like, the fact remains that they're still going to have to ask questions for Nanther to recall, and I'm not sure that they're capable of asking the right ones to begin with. So, meh. I want to talk a little bit about trick system. So, this campaign's been a real doozy. I'm playing like my friend who made the game is DMing. Always a chance. So yeah, I do that with basically all my characters. If the character is still alive, and any actions that characters take during their campaign that affect the setting will take place in a future campaign. So, like, several of my this round of players have met previous player characters, like Errol. He's like the Winter Knight. He's tasked with finding and killing the Summer Knight. The Summer Knight in my setting is a previous player character of mine. So that's like an example of how I run things. Too much knowledge can make it harder to recall the right knowledge. That's true. That's very true. Anyways, I want to talk about trick systems because I think this campaign's been super interesting. And my character is, I don't know how to put this. My character's backstory is super fucked in not the right ways. And it's almost like this character is kind of low-key doomed from the get-go. How do I put this? A lot of previous campaigns, like my friend who runs Strike Systems does the same thing. That's an interesting thought. Maybe if people die in such a way that their bodies are recoverable, I will do that. I think the only PC, like the only player character who's died, his body is definitely not recoverable because it's inside a dragon. When we got eaten, so. Yeah, it was a thing. I need to figure out what time stream that whole situation is on. I don't think any of my players in chat are on this call yet so far. Or if they have, they haven't spoken. But the player who died, he was carrying a sentient evil artifact when he got eaten. And now that sentient evil artifact is within, like, this dragon. So it's gonna, like, the implications of what I'm going to do are nefarious. The thing that they have going for them is that this dragon is, like, sealed, basically. So any mischief that will happen would be would take some time. You know? So I don't know. I'm like looking forward to that file, but it'll be a hot minute before that comes back to bite them. Sir Bacon. Hi. Yeah. Hi, Sir Bacon. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. But I want to talk a little bit about my Strike Systems character, because boy howdy, my character, I am in a pickle here. So for context, the second campaign that we ever ran, our players ran into this evil organization that was run by this guy who is like a demigod that like exists to spread lycanthropy. So he like makes werewolves. And he's like and our previous player characters fought him, lost, teleported away, and I'm sorry, I don't know what song that is. But we, like, our previous characters, like, fought, lost, gotten teleported away, and, like, became, like left, basically, because, like, us fighting that, like, werewolf demigod basically was, like, a side thing, more or less. And so we were just like, okay, well, we teleported away, we're just gonna ignore it. And that's what we did, right? And so we ignored it, and we became super powerful, and we completed the main quest. Now, in the process of this, one of the players got infected with lycanthropy, and his character left the campaign to, go hunt down this demigod, basically. So he's, like, been harboring this vendetta for ever. So, several campaigns later, my current character is a werewolf. She is part of this order that, like, belongs to this, like, demigod, basically. Her vocation is that she's a bloodsworn. She's which is kind of like a werewolf, a warlock in DnD. It's not quite the same, but it's similar enough that you'll get the gist. But her name is Already. She is a werewolf that is like, has this like werewolf demigod as her patron. So she's a werewolf, and they can please do not. We have been. You're good. Don't worry. It's just I'm trying to focus here, and singing in chat will only distract me, and I have no idea what song you're singing. So it's like, what? I don't mean to discourage you. I'm just like, this is gonna be distracting. But alright, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so on our current campaign, right, that I am this werewolf, we have run into one of the characters that was part of the organization that of our that previous campaign. So like we were like all of the people who fought the werewolf guy were part of this organization that was called the Fates of Shura, which is similar to the Black Company, if you've read the books, or similar to what is it called? The Chain of Acheron, if you follow MCDM. But the Fates of Shura are like a mercenary company, basically. And our characters were like the leading officers of that mercenary company. And in this campaign, our characters have met one of the officers that was an NPC in that company. And he hired us to basically get a super, super powerful artifact for him, well, for his boss, who was my friend's player character. And we did it, but in the process, I revealed I was a werewolf because I had to fucking fight to survive because it was dangerous. And he was like, yeah, you really like, you guys, like, he was like, I have no beef with you right now, but people in my group have beef with you. And since then, like, we're gonna travel together because part of our condition for hiring us was to take him to his boss to like do main story things, because we want to convince the leader of the Fates of Shura to back us up, which is kind of a problem because I am part of the werewolf organization that he hates. So it's a thing. It's a thing. It'll be a thing. It doesn't help that my patron, the werewolf demigod, has contacted me and been like, "You're heading to like the people that I hate. Go kill them." And I'm just like, "All right, I'll do my best." It's like the whole thing's a fucking shit show. And it's not to say like, my character only joined this organization because she was rescued by a member of this organization who later became my character's wife, right? And my character's wife got kidnapped, and I've been like working to earn the 1,000 gold, like, what do you call it? 1,000 gold, bounty, what do you call it? Price that they've set on her. Like, it's like, hey, we're holding her hostage, give us 1,000 gold. So my character's been like secretly working and like saving up money from all the jobs that we've done to free her wife. And it's like, now that we have been hired by this guy who's part of the company that my god hates, he was supposed to pay us a shitload of money, enough to free my wife. So I'm like, of course I'm doing this. And it's just been a whole nightmare, because now it's like, okay, do I kill these people? Do I not kill these people so I can get the money for my wife? Or do I kill these people in cold blood to, like, it's just a whole rigmarole. And I have no clue how my character would handle it, because my character is not evil. She doesn't really want to kill people in cold blood because her god said so, but also her god and an agent of her god is her wife. So it's like, it's a whole, like, major character decision. I have no idea how I'm going to tackle it. Oh, also, yes. Hi, Homeless. Hi, Cash. Hi, Skeleton. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all had a good weekend. And I don't know anything about Bill Cipher, if I'm being honest. Is he the triangle guy from that one show that I don't know what it is? Yeah, it's a whole shit show. Like, for real, for real. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Very excited for the weekend already. Yeah, me too. I am also very excited for the weekend. Man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what Already's gonna do. Is, like, the real question is, like, how, like, I don't know. Let me think about this, because it's like, she has spent her, like, from the time that she was rescued by a member, like a cult member, to an evil demigod, and this cult member treated her well. They fell in love and got married. This cult member was kidnapped, and she has been since working to try and free her, get the ransom money. And the demigod has been like, go kill these people. But it's like, will killing these people free her wife? Maybe. I mean, probably. I mean, if I kill any of these people, like, my demigod could just be like, yeah, you're free now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yes, but at the same time, my character is not super evil herself. She only joined because her wife did, and, like, she saved her life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my character's gay, by the way. She's a lesbian. So, I don't know. I don't know how to, like, I don't know how to process everything. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a nightmare, though. For real. Okay, we can talk about what I'm writing then. We can move on. I need to get thoughts off my chest, because it's like, the whole situation's a fucking shit show and a half, you know? So in the pinned message, whatever you call it, at the top of chat, I have the Google Doc that has the story that I'm working on. And you should be able to access it and read it at your own leisure. I can give a brief recap what's happened in it so far. The question is, do you want spoilers or do you not want spoilers? Like, I'm gonna be reading it, like, I'm gonna be writing it, but I'm like, during this recap, do you want spoilers for what will happen later in the story? Do you not? Do you care? Derivatives gross. Okay, don't spoiler. Okay. So, in brief, the main character, her name is Ashley. She goes by Ash. She has lived her whole life with an angel and devil on her shoulders that are like little people, you know, they're like 6 inches tall. And they like, that's, I don't know how many centimeters, like, what, 13 centimeters maybe? No, it's more than that. It's like 15 centimeters. Anyways, she's lived her whole life, you know, ever since she could, like, understand logic and reasoning and, like, morality. She's had an angel and devil on her shoulders, right? And they have helped influence, like, it's very classic, you know, Angel is like this platinum blonde, blue-eyed, you know, like fucking robes, wings, you know, it's very classic. And the devil is like, got red skin, horns, he wears like a suit, you know, that kind of jazz. And she's, you know, only she can see them, only she can hear them, and she like lives her life like, you know, with these two influences in her life. And she is, the start of the story happens when she is going about her day, and the angel, she's like going about her day, she's like leaving school, right? And the angel, she like gets to like a stop, like a crosswalk basically, and the angel prompts her to like shove this old lady who's also at the crosswalk in front of a car. And she's like, what? No, I'm not doing that. And then the angel's like, oh, don't worry, there's a semi, this lady's gonna step in front of it anyways. And Ashley's like, okay, I'm going to save this woman. And the devil the whole time is like, yeah, save that woman. And she's just like baffled at like the personality change. And then she saves the woman, and her angel's like, all right, like, I gotta bounce, like, you've done something horrible, like, go home, pack your things, you need to leave, basically. And so she does, and as she's like packing her bag, she's getting ready to go, this guy knocks on her family's door, is like, hey, you wouldn't happen to have like positive and negative influences in your life, would you? And she's like, the fuck are you, like, what? No one knows about this shit. And so he's like, follow me out, like, hopefully I can explain everything, like, once we meet the other people that are like us. And so they do. There's a chase scene where they're like being chased by hellhounds, but they hole up in like a bathroom, like a park bathroom, if you know those big concrete ones, one of those. And a local cop chases them away, and they like drive away. They head to like a ritzy manor, where they meet, like, the main character meets a bunch of other people who are like, yeah, we got the same shit going on. It's different for all of us, but we all got this shit going on. None of us really know why we're being gathered now, but we are. And so they all hang out, you get to meet the characters, and the guy who got Ashley, his name is Dane, goes and gets the last of the people that are like that, right? It's a young adult fantasy novel, fantasy-ish novel, so bear with me. There's a chapter from Dane's perspective, where he's going and getting Madison, like the last person. Demons attack her, and before he can get there, and she's like horribly traumatized. But he like saved her and all this stuff, and they come back. And once they come back, Ashley is like, or Ashley's angel is like, okay, now that everyone's here, I can talk to you guys. And she like basically asks Natalie to like let her project herself to explain like the plot of the book, basically. And she does, and while that's happening, Ashley is like in her mind's eye, she's like getting tortured, basically, for lack of a better way to put it. And that's kind of where the book is at. I glossed over a lot of the middle section where it's like you meet a bunch of characters, but that's the long and short of the plot so far. Why they have been gathered. So what Aluriel, the angel, tells the group of kids, basically, is that God and the devil have they are real things, and they have a bet basically on the fate of humanity and whether or not humans can like come together and like trust each other and like do the right thing or not. So each God sorry, I need to drink some water. God and the devil each chose 5 champions, and so there's 10 kids, they're all like teenagers. Each of them chose 5, and both God and the devil got to influence both sides, basically. So it's like it's like a nature versus nurture thing, kind of, where it's like if like God and the devil both chose 5 like champions, right? Which is the nature. But also they could be influenced by both sides, so like that whole shtick. So this is not the first time this has happened. It's happened several times over humanity's history. Like, think of like the Great Flood, the bubonic plague, like things like that from history that are like what like have been failures of this like bet, basically, where the devil won and humanity was like wiped out and had to start over. So this is like their version of that. They're gonna undergo some trials or whatever together and do that. 2 of the 10 have already left, so you get a story from one character named Joseph's perspective. And in that is like when Aluriel is explaining everything. And you see another character, Andrew. He just leaves because he's just like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not putting my life on the line for whatever the fuck is going on here. Because these characters can die, according to, Aluriel. And Joseph, he's like, no. We shouldn't stop the, these demons that are coming in. We should work with them and, take over the world. And once we do that, then we pass, because now, the world is, working together, right? Everyone's working together. We're working together. It doesn't matter how we succeed as long as we're, proving that we're doing the right thing. We can enact that. It's classic, not mentally stable dictator stuff. So Joseph leaves to go, work with the bad guys. And so there are 8 remaining characters who are, part of this. So that's kind of where the story is at. Where we are starting is after, just immediately after that scene. So Ashley has just regained control of her body. She has just finished being tortured, and I stopped writing in at the end of 2023 because I was I don't know how to write a character like this. I've never undergone such trauma, like such physical trauma, that like, because for lack of a better way to put it, when Ashley was in, you can read this, I wrote this, when Ashley was in her like mind's eye, she got like eaten alive by bugs, and then she like set them on fire, which includes setting herself on fire, and then she needed something to put the fire out, and so she like got like dropped into water, and then she's like drowned to death in her mind. So it's very bad. This book is sort of young adultish, but it's not. The content is not necessarily child friendly. You know. So I don't know how to write. I'm struggling to write from Ashley's perspective after having been through like such a horrific event. And so I stopped writing. But I am part of a writer's group. We meet every other Sunday, basically in the evening. We go to a bar and like discuss our writing. And it's been a while since I've shared any writing. It hasn't been 9 months. I've written stuff in the meantime. But I wanted to continue the story, so that's why I scheduled the stream, so I have some time that I dedicate to working on this and trying to figure things out. So we're gonna transition to that. This screen. Okay. You guys should. Can you guys read this? Is this legible? Because so the way OBS works is very strange. It's basically like a viewer. Like, I am scrolling through it on my screen, right? Yeah, let me go down here. So, let me change this. Here, you guys are down here. If I say, hi everyone, right? You guys can see that, but if I type, so, if I scroll up and type above, you see where this line is? I'm gonna type above this first line. But you guys can't see it, but I can see it on my screen. But I can come into OBS, and there's a button called Interact. Oh wait, whoops. I have to be on the this one. I click Interact. I can now like scroll and stuff, and that should change what you guys see in theory. Right? Did that work? You guys saw me scroll? Hopefully. So it's like very weird. I have to like simultaneously do two things. And I'm just not used to that. But let me read what we have so far. Actually, let me come back and oh, the last thing that happened. So you get the torture scene before you get the Aluriel scene, where Aluriel explains everything. So this is Ashley's perspective again. Once things have been finished. My skin crawled. I could still feel the insects burrowing into my flesh. I could still feel the fire scorching underneath it. I could still feel the panic of asphyxiating. I could still feel the heavy acceptance of my own death. I shivered. I needed to go for a walk or something, but I stayed rooted, curled into a ball against the wall in the living room. Drink. I looked up. Will was standing over me. Will is the rich guy whose house they're in, for the record. So Ashley has like a literal angel and devil. None of the other characters have something so clear cut, I would say. As they call them in influences. I don't remember what the language I used is. Okay. Let me check my notes. Assuming I still have it. Methods. They call them methods. So Ashley has an angel and devil. Will's method is his parents. Like, one of his parents is very good. One of his parents is very not good. But they're away on a trip right now. They're on like a business trip because the family is rich. And so they're staying at Will's house while his parents are away. Will was standing over me, offering me a glass of water. I took it and placed it on the floor next to me. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. What did you say? I asked if you were right, and then I got you something. I asked if you were right, and then I got you something to drink. He turned and leaned against the wall. No, definitely not all right, I replied. What even happened? You still haven't said anything since Luria left. So... no, you're right. So this would be Ashley speaking. Let me scroll down for you guys. Oh, that's as far as I can scroll at the end of the page. Okay. So, brief mention of all the characters, and what they do. There's Ashley, Will, Andrew. Andrew's the one who, like, left. Jordan. Jordan is... Jordan, so you'll see at some point whenever we finish this, Jordan, stole alcohol from Will's family's, like, cabinet, basically, and offered Ashley, like, a drink before all this happened, because this is the second night they've been together. This will be the second evening they've been together. So Jordan's the one with the booze. Joseph, he's the one that left. He has like a book that talks to him. Michael, we haven't really met much of Michael, I guess. Michael is, he's like a tall, like, basketball player. Grace is the shy one. Her method is, glasses. She wears glasses, and her glasses produce like a green and a red arrow. And like that's how she sees what they're trying to communicate to her, right? So this will be from Grace's. This chapter will be from Grace's perspective. There's Dane. Dane is the one who went and collected everyone. His influences were his grandparents. And both of his grandparents had passed away. His grandfather was like the negative influence. He was like, for lack of a better way to put it, like a KKK leader. And his grandmother was like this sweet, charming old lady. And she was the one who was like, hey, here's a list of names and like where they go to school, go collect these people. And then she died. So Dane's influences are no longer present in his life. His method doesn't exist anymore. There's Madison, who's like the super traumatized one because Dane didn't get to her in time. And then there's Adam. Adam takes medicine because he talked about his influences, which and his family put him on psychosis meds. So he is a very interesting character. Although I guess that's kind of a spoiler because technically you don't know what the medicine's for yet, but you'll learn here in a second, I'm sure. Or do you? I don't remember if I wrote that or not. You might know. I don't know. What even happened? You still haven't said anything since the window left. I should be an ellipsis. So here, let me think about this. Does Ashley want to talk about what happened to her? Because I could either say like, I don't want to talk about it. Or she could be like, I don't know where to start. No, I think she would probably clam up more than not. Responded. Glumly. Will insists. He definitely would be curious to know. Sure. How would Will phrase this? Yeah, I agree, Tama. Will would definitely be like, are you sure? I think he would say, like, we can't help if we don't know you. What? I don't want to write this because I want there to be an interaction that shows that Ashley is like no longer comfortable. Maybe it's like maybe something like this. Well played. Maybe not this. Maybe not even this. Because Ashley's trauma is like very physical. I mean, she literally like had like bugs crawling underneath her skin, like she was like lit on fire. So like she gets touched and she like jumps, you know, something like that. What do you call it when you you raise your hands like to show that you're like, yo, I'm not doing anything, you know? What's that called? Maybe it's just this. Something like this. I mean, yeah, but I'm yes, a hold up, but I'm thinking of like, it would be like Will held his hands up in something. I don't know what that is. Won't happen again. Sorry. I'm gonna put this on a new line. It technically shouldn't be, but let's say silence. Well, I'm gonna go myself a drink. Let me know if you need anything else. Because I want there to be like an awkward moment where they're like, he says sorry and it just fucking hangs, you know? Which is why I want this on a new line. Technically, it should be up here. But, no. Let me know if you need anything else. I could say silence hung between us, I think. So now, so the last thing that happened before this is Joseph leaving. So now we could we need to take in our surroundings and summarize what happened in the last chapter. So this will be the start of a longer paragraph, I think, where she observes the rest of the. I've taken to calling them the chosen. I don't know if there's a better word for that, but I need to adjust how I'm sitting. My laptop's off to the side a little bit. If I do this, am I still in frame for? Yeah, I am. Okay. Maybe I'll do this. Adjust camera. Okay, something like this. Okay. Hopefully that works. So this is, I mean, this is kind of how this stream is gonna go. I apologize if I'm like quiet or thinking. I'm just gonna work through this. It's kind of be like a co-working stream almost. Feel free to chat if you have thoughts, or if you have questions about the characters or the book or anything like that. Feel free to ask, or chat amongst yourselves or whatever. I'm just gonna chill and speak my thoughts and ask questions, that kind of thing. What's another word for walk? Let me go to my best friend, thesaurus.com. Walk. Hike, jaunt, parade, step. Step is not bad. Stretch, stroll. Stroll is too casual. March, saunter, stride. No, step is best because he's not crossing a long distance. Stroll. I think stroll is a bit too casual because he's not. Strolling is like very, chill. It has kind of, to me, it has this like a lack of urgency that like sauntering does. They're different, but similar, I guess. He stepped over the others were seated. Let me characterize all of them. And look at my list of where's my cast here. So Ashley's our viewpoint. We already talked about Will. Jordan. Scrawled. So Jordan is very like cavalier and a bit like careless, I would say, as a character. She's chilling, none of this phases her. Adam, on the other hand, is a bit serious. He is lost in thought. Did it? Sorry. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Tomo. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm definitely not used to how this works. Maybe I should just keep this open. This page? Sure, let me do that. So, can you see? Let me. Okay, you can. Okay. Oh, this is new things in OBS. Staring at the floor in silence. Let me look at mine. Oh, you said Sancho's great. The thing is, I don't want the I don't want Saunter or Stroll because I think they're too casual. Like I don't want Will would not hold himself casually here in the same way that Jordan is. Yeah, we hit a new page. This is page like 47 or something. I think this one is. Let me look who else is here. We already mentioned Will, Jordan, Adam. We need Madison, Dane, Grace, and Michael, because Joseph and Andrew are not here. I don't want to start with Madison. I want to start with Michael. This is a bit awkward, I think. But I'm just going to get my thoughts down and then edit it in a second. Sorry. Madison. Was it a flip phone? I think it was a flip phone. Oh. This might be a bit of a Dane pace. No, I like adding the back and forth because it really emphasizes that. Fourth. Two. Is that everyone? We got Will, Ashley, Jordan, Adam, Michael, Grace, Madison, Dane. Yeah, it is. Okay. I want to read this for a second. Before stepping away, okay, so I don't like step because we say step here. He walked to where the others were seated. Jordan was laying, sprawled casually, was before retreating. That's quite good. Thank you, Tama. Before retreating. He stepped to where the others were seated. Jordan was, I think I'm going to put sprawled. Laying casually across the couch with their legs propped up across Adam's thighs. I'm going to say it on here. He didn't seem to notice, staring at the floor in silence. Grace and Michael were seated across from them, both frowning. Madison was sitting away from the others, her nose glued to the screen of her flip phone, while Dane passed and forth between the three. Joseph and Andrew were nowhere to be seen. Corey and Dane both had left. Conversation. Because they're in the middle of the conversation when she starts paying attention again. Just saying. I think we figure out. Wait, did they already speak of this? One second, I need to. Okay, so they already did express some concern in the previous chapter, so no, Jordan's bringing it up again, I think. Okay, cool. 1 second. Sorry, I am rereading stuff so I figure out because Jordan wants it here. Let me type it out. Now, who's on whose side before we do anything? So Jordan is like, half of us are evil. Don't we need to figure that shit out? She said it before. And Michael is disagreeing. God, VTube Studio always makes my laptop so hot. Like I'm typing and I can feel the heat underneath my keys. It's very funny. Don't worry, Laptop Coon. You'll get a break here in a second. It's not even that bad. Most of my core, like all 4 of the cores, are like right at 90C. That's not that bad, right? Kamate Laptop Coon, yeah, for real, for real. I don't know if this weekend or next weekend, but I think I'll probably look at the camera. I'll probably buy a computer because Costco was selling them and like for like on sale until the 22nd. So I'm like, I should snag one of those. Issue is that they're very expensive, and I'm like, I gotta save. I gotta not spend too much on my OTs. You know. And I yes. Of how does this get formatted? Like this? Maybe? God, that looks so bad. Like this. He is in so I didn't not that it doesn't really matter because I don't think it ever comes up. I don't think it will ever come up. Let me think about this. Andrew was Hispanic, just so you have like pictures in your head. Andrew was Hispanic. He was like the youngest of them. He was like maybe 15. And he always wore headphones. Will is like super rich. He's always wearing like designer clothes. He's got like a fancy watch, that kind of thing. Jordan is half black. She's like got dreads on one side of her head and like the other side is shaved. And she has a tattoo on her shoulder blade of a red lotus, I want to say. Joseph was very bookish looking. He was like skinny. I don't know if he wore glasses or not. Michael is black. He's tall. He like plays basketball, that kind of thing. Grace is Asian. He's like straight black hair, that kind of thing. Dane is very disheveled. He like grew up super poor. Madison grew up in like suburbia. She like wears like, you know, peppy pink clothes. She was like the stereotypical like cheerleader, I would say. But now she's like horribly traumatized. And Adam is like overweight and Caucasian, and he's got short hair, long hair. I don't remember which, but he like wears like band shirts. He's like a metalhead. So, just so you have a picture of who's who in your mind, Dane's like wearing like for lack of a better way to put it, like a white wife beater. It's like stained. He. So, but Dane's the one who like got all of them together. You see this in Dane's chapter, but Dane has like a confidence complex, I would say. Like, he's very like lacking in self-confidence, and because he was the one who like brought them all together, he feels compelled to like lead, but not like he doesn't know how to, and he doesn't believe in himself that he can do a good job. I would say the strongest personalities are probably Michael, Jordan, and Will. And Ashley. Ashley has a very strong personality. Michael and Will both played, and Jordan technically also did, but you haven't found it out, but whatever. All of them played like varsity sports, because they're all like seniors basically in high school, going into college. I think this is like their last year in high school, I want to say. So they're like 18, 19-ish. And Will plays lacrosse, Michael plays basketball, and Ashley plays lacrosse. It comes up occasionally, but Ashley plays lacrosse like for the men's team, because her school doesn't have enough like women to field a women's lacrosse team. So she plays with the guys, and she's actually played against Will. And she like beat his team, and there was like a whole like his team, which is like the super preppy school, like filed a complaint because she was like a girl. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole thing that has come up. It's come up in the story briefly, but they like loosely know each other because they've played against each other and that kind of thing. But those four are probably the strongest personalities. Grace is very quiet, but she's also very smart. And like I said, Adam is medicated. So, in this scene, they're like disagreeing. Excuse me. Lacrosse is the oldest organized sport in NA. Is it? Is it really? Lacrosse is like a very like a rich person's sport in the US, at least. So for the record, the reason I chose lacrosse was I played lacrosse in high school, and Ashley was inspired by this because we had one girl on our team for like the men's team because we couldn't like she was like, I'm playing lacrosse and I didn't have like there weren't enough girls to play like at our school, and so she joined the men's team, and we like barely had enough men to field the team, and she was a fucking baller. So that's where like that aspect of Ashley's personality comes from. But here in NA, it's played by like, you know, the super nice colleges is like where it's mostly played. Like there's technically a professional league, but it doesn't get televised as nearly as much as college lacrosse, which is played by like, you know, the Ivy League schools, like the Yales, the Harvards, like that kind of thing. Those are the schools that like do really well in lacrosse, because those are the schools with money and rich kids and that kind of thing. So and that's why Will plays as well, because he has money. Aspects to our method. Will said, I'm inclined and none of y'all have any sense of self-preservation. It's very funny because it's like juxtaposing, because she's just like laying on the couch, you know, disagreeing, like vehemently disagreeing, but she's just like chilling, you know. And I like that image for her in my head. So one thing that I have not mentioned that is coming up now, so all of the characters, all of the chosen, if you will, have a method that is like how they did. Oh, I need to scroll on your guys' thing. Scroll. All of the. Can I interact here? Oh, I can. Is this me? It is me. If I gave Could I give OBS edit rights and then just do it in OBS? Oh, that'd be wild. I don't think I can, though. Whatever. So one thing I have, so all of the characters have a method, which is like their positive and negative influences from Satan and God. And all of them are different, and all of them are unique and are of varying levels of clarity to each of the chosen, and then each of them has an implement that's like how they can defeat the bad guys, right? Because like they're fighting demons, or devils or whatever. I guess if you like whatever you want to call them, they're fighting demons, and you know, anything less than like a fucking holy weapon is gonna not do shit to them. Because like, oh yeah, let me pop a cap in a demon. Yeah, right. Okay, come on. Stab it with a kitchen knife. You know, like what's that gonna do? To a literal demon. So, as like fair play, right? Because the devil like gets to set his like demons loose on them. God gave them each like a self-defense weapon, which is like their implement, is what they're calling it. But I've taken to calling it. Dane has his. It's like basically a bundle of copper wire. Like it's like a super thick bundle of copper wire that's just duct taped together. That he like keeps in his car for self-defense. Or in his truck, I guess. You know, it's just like a fucking beat stick. But like a makeshift club. And Ashley's is like a knife that her dad gave her before he passed away. So they're the only ones. No one else is like, yeah, I know what my fucking weapon is. Sound like it would hurt like hell? It does. My dad had one of these that he kept in his car, and it's heavy. He doesn't have it anymore, but I remember like growing up, he like kept it like, you know, like next to the door basically. It was like, I don't know, 5 to 10 pounds of just metal. And that you could just pick up and swing very easily. It was like a hammer, but without the head. The weight was distributed evenly. Yeah. So, Dane Nashville. Mono! Hi, Monex. I'm doing alright. My day was okay. Work has been very not great lately, but I mean, you deal with it, right? Like, it's part of life. No. Who would say you? I hope your day is going well as well, Mono. Is it fine if I call you Mono? Would you prefer Nex or the whole thing Mono Nex? Guys, go check out Mono Nex. Mono Nex is also a content creator. So Mono is fine. Okay. Chatting here. Go check him out. Rain also makes content, for the record. Day is just okay. I feel that. But Rain also makes content occasionally. He's been streaming Golden Sun. So. go follow her as well. You don't need to nice. I have personally never played Golden Sun, but I have tuned in to some of Rain's streams on her channel. That's like Raixira, Raixira. Like space Rain, I think is her name. Raixira Rain. And she has, I've tuned into some of her streams and they've been very fun when I've gotten a chance to watch. The second Golden Sun. Oh, nice. So it's like Mass Effect, but before Mass Effect was a thing. I don't know what other games have done that. I think Dragon Age let you do that, maybe? I don't know. Not many. Rain is pretty cool. She's super lovely. She was in chat earlier. I don't know if she's still lurking or not, but it doesn't really matter. She can hang out if she wants, because she is super cool. Thing. The Zelda Oracle games let you transfer a password. Oh, nice. That's super cool. I haven't played any of those either. I did not play a lot of like the super. I didn't play a lot of games period growing up. I played anything before the Wii was not super accessible to me. So like I had a Game Boy Color. My brother had a Game Boy Advance, and we played those for like a long time, and we only had so many games on them, like we didn't have a ton. So I played a lot of Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Crystal. Played the original Rayman on the Game Boy Color. I have Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, I think is what it's called. It's like one of the first ones with Wario as like a villain in it. But until the Wii, like we got the Wii like the Christmas that Guitar Hero 3 came out, and we got it like in a bundle for Christmas. And then we got Brawl and like Call of Duty, and like that was all we played. And that was pretty much it for my childhood. What else did I play? I had a PS1. We were lent a PS1 for a little bit, so I played the original Crash Bandicoot once as well. That's pretty much it. That was when I was like really little, but we didn't have it for very long. It's not going to. Dang, that's crazy. I unfortunately do not have a Wii U. I don't even have my Wii anymore. I gave it to my nephew years ago. I don't even know if he still has it. I'm not going to figure it out now. And either way, we're not. We'll focus on what comes next, either figuring out what everyone's movements are, or have you ever heard of the Seas of Vodari DnD module? I have not. I don't do a ton of module play, and I haven't for a very long time. I only really ever had one DM that ran modules. That was my first one. He ran Pathfinder modules. So we played Rise of the Runelords and like Curse of the Crimson Throne, both of which are very good campaigns. But I haven't really played any like official D&D modules, which is quite interesting because my current DM makes his own game, so we don't even play D&D, we play his game. And in the past, my other DMs have had one other DM, and he ran his own setting and his own plot, and that's what I do for my campaign. I run my own setting and I write my own like story, like my own plot for it. So it's a pirate themed module. A new race, a gunner class. How new is this? Seas of Vodar. $2020 it looks like. don't remember hearing about this. Is it official? Like, is it WotC produced? It was not. Okay, that's probably why I haven't heard of it. I tend to avoid third-party content unless I've like seriously like reviewed it. So that's probably why I haven't heard of it, because I tend to not even like look into that kind of thing. So interesting though. I'd be curious to see how they implemented the gunner class, because it can go a lot of different ways, and I'm not sure I've ever found one that I like seriously enjoyed. The Pathfinder gunner was like okay, but it wasn't like my favorite. No, like hardly any gunner classes like really fulfilled like the fantasy of a gunner, in my opinion. And it's because if they did, it would be super broken. So what gunner class was closest to being enjoyable? Let me think about that. I'm not sure. Because like I said, like if I were to like have a gun in a medieval setting, it would have to be, honestly, the one that you're pointing at now might not be bad, because like a pirate themed gun, like guns, because guns and knights like existed technically at the same time, right? I believe, if I recall correctly. And so maybe something that like resembles like an early gun would be fine, but like again, I hesitate to think about understanding like the balance of it, because guns should do a lot of damage, but also like, do you want to incorporate a miss? Do you want to like how much they miss, how much they like potentially misfire? Like I don't know. I have qualms with introducing a gunner in DnD to begin with, at least in my setting to begin with, because my setting is like very like historically like it's before guns almost. It's like early, you know, it's not, there aren't like a lot of classic like knights in plate and that kind of thing. But and I don't know, I have a very like strong sense of like dedication to fulfilling certain fantasies, and for me, like if I'm running like a medieval European, you know, fantasy setting, I hesitate to introduce guns at all. Regardless of like how much magic there is and that kind of thing. And it's part of why like I don't even run with the artificer class in my setting. And I've told players it's like I will allow it, but you like it's something that you have to unlock. And that way like this like campaigns will progress and they'll get there eventually. Because I was talking about this earlier, but I run all of my campaigns in the same setting after the events of the other have happened. So it's like if one campaign, you know, changed, you know, like let's say they like leveled a mountain, right? And then the next time I ran the campaign, that mountain wouldn't be there because it was leveled in the previous campaign. And you can like meet past characters and that kind of thing. So like I've always said that I'm not a fan of the artificer because it's like super high magic, right? And if they want to play that, then you got to do like your current characters need to do something to like facilitate that, having a reason for that to happen in my setting, if that makes sense, for it to exist in my setting. The Nori versus real, yeah. It's actually, it has posed a lot of problems for me. This kind of philosophy has posed a lot of problems for me. Because at the end of one of my campaigns, I've talked about this before in my previous D&D like recaps on like my campaign recap, but at the end of one of my campaigns, one of the players like turned evil and unleashed like a world-ending dragon on the world, and my setting had to change, like drastically change, for the next campaign because of it. So, to be fair, swords and bladed weapons in general, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. And part of that, again, it is like the fantasy of it, right? If you're a hero, yeah, you should probably be surviving because it's like heroic fantasy. So, yeah, that's fair. Also, hi, Crazy. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I hope you had a great weekend as well. Where was I? Dane paused his pacing and stared blankly at Will. Just lurking while you work? Well, I hope you can get some stuff done. Like we are. We've already written how much? How much have we written? I mean, hasn't been a lot. Will we here? Did I write this today? Oh, you guys can't see this, but I'm gonna highlight this real quick. Tools. Word count. We've written a whopping 400 words. Woo! I mean, it's 400 more words than we had before. Yeah, pretty much Mono next. What is... No. Maybe we could ask our methods. Also, I just realized you guys cannot quite... since you guys have, like, view access, here there's, like, a blue squiggly, like a spell check, but blue, like a grammar check for ask our methods on my end, but I'm seeing you guys can't see that. It's very interesting. What's another word for speaking quietly? I don't want to say mutter, but that's close. I think muttered is too quiet. When I imagine people muttering, it's like under their breath, so that it can't be heard. But it's another word for that. Let me. Murmur? Murmur is also kind of a bit quiet. Murmur is not bad though. I think murmur is better than mutter. Yeah, sure. Let's go with murmur. For now, at least. Murmur. Yes. How do I spell? It's with a U. Damn, you went for the self blow up strat. Jeez. I mean, take one for the team. Hopefully, someone had a heal spell for you. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Go out with a bang, kind of thing. Literally, I suppose. I think I'm gonna change this to said quietly and use murmur down here. Excuse me. One second. Sorry, I am distracted. Let me mute for a second real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, man, I'm tired. I might wrap up this conversation and call it. We haven't really made a ton of progress, but we made any amount of progress, which is enough to, like, you know, refresh me on, like, how I write and function and stuff. So this stream has been very productive regardless of how much we actually get done, because I'm just writing again. It's actually funny, I was worried about writing it from Ashley's perspective, and Ashley is watching this conversation, but I hardly have to include her thoughts at all. Oh, you too, Mono. I'm not ending quite yet. I'm gonna finish this up, but we'll maybe soon. Returning to very stupid stuff. Yeah, it really is. It's been like 9 months since I've worked on this. It's crazy. Time just flies, especially since I'm busy with the streaming. But it's good. I'll work on this and have something to share for my next time my writers group gets together. I did make a decision. I will be making a Discord server. I'm just not super how do I say this? Not super Discord savvy, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm still figuring out. Like I have it made, but I'm still like working on like organizing the channels to be how I want them, and getting like a bot up and working. Like I've gotten a bot on the server, but it's not. I don't think it's doing anything yet. I don't think I've commanded it to do anything, and I'm not. Yeah. Lol. Okay is a great response, Groven. I should message Roro like you said last time. I just this weekend sucked. Like, I don't know. Effort. There's a lot of effort. I have to. Doing all the behind the scenes stuff is for streaming is a lot more than I thought it would be. Which is very funny. Wait, you did? I have not, but I should. Because, like you said, they know what they're doing. I don't want to take this conversation. I'm not sure. I don't know what direction I want to take this. Actually, you know what? I might call it here. I'm not sure where I want to go with this. If I even want to include this section. Because, like, I think this section... Oh. I don't see why not. Local offer. Yeah. This right here. I'm not sure how much of that I want to include, if any, because it's like I would like to introduce the leaders to each character's method. Like we know some of them, right? So we know like Ashley's obviously because we know like Alluriel and Vestral are characters. The angel and the devil. We know Will is his parents. We know Dane's was his grandparents before they passed away. I've like made hints to Andrews and Madison's, and we know Joseph's. Joseph's is this book, but we won't see much of him until like later. I think I only want to keep I think I only want the reader to learn their method when they see the story from their perspective, because I think it adds an element to it that might you wouldn't get from any other perspective. So maybe I won't include this. Let's just wrap up. I'm tired anyways. I'm hella tired. So yeah, we did it. We did a writing stream. I've been wanting to do one for a while. It's been on my docket for... Thanks, Mono. I hope you have a great rest of your day, too. We didn't write a ton, but I got my feet under me. Which I think is very important. So... we'll see where things go from here. I will work on getting the Discord set up. Hopefully I can either do it this weekend or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my weekend's gonna look like yet. So, we'll see. Yeah. You guys have a great rest of your day. And I hope you all get some rest, take care of yourselves, and just enjoy yourselves. And yeah. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we have more Inscription. We'll be doing Act 3. Hopefully we can make a lot of progress. I've been making a lot of progress each stream, outside the first couple, I want to say. So hopefully we can, now that I have my feet under me and kind of understand what's happening more, hopefully it will make some significant progress. I want to wrap up Inscription basically as fast as we can. So that way my Tuesday slot is open a lot more. I was hoping Tuesday would in my head would have been for shorter games, and Inscription is turning out to be longer, or games that we can or I can either put down and come back to and that kind of thing. Inscription's very meaty, so yeah, hopefully we make plenty of progress, and then Thursday we have more Yakuza, because Yakuza's been awesome. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye, bye. Have a good night. I feel that, Tamo. That's usually how it happens for me. Many a night have been spent staying up to get something down on paper. Also, hi Aki. Thanks for stopping by. Good night.